Oh, hello. You just caught me licking the spatula from my black bean brownies batter. Oh my gosh. Oh, but hi. Thank you so much for joining me for Veg with Lisa Live. I'm Lisa. This is definitely live. And today I'm taking a departure from the brownies and I'm going to bake up. I'm sorry. Oh, take two. Today I'm taking a departure from the vegetables. Chuck to make up a pan of black bean brownies. I know that might sound a little bit crazy, but they are absolutely amazing. So I'm just going to get down here. I'm using one of my very favorite kitchen tools, and that is my food processor. And if it looks like this is dirty, it's because it is. I made a pan earlier so I could show you. We call that a swap in the food industry. I'm sure the Food Network is going to be just calling me right up. Okay, so black bean brownies. I'm telling you, people, so you can cook your own, but I opened a can. I've been craving sweets lately, and I've been finding myself in the freezer at night getting the chocolate chips. Can anybody else relate to that? So I decided, why not just put those chocolate chips in some brownies and really enjoy them. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so I've got my black beans, and this is kind of a neat little trick here. These are what I call flags, and that's a fancy word for flaxseed eggs. It's a great egg substitute for vegan baking. It's just ground flax and water. I'm going to pour that in. I should also mention that I got the recipe for these black bean brownies. By the way, they're naturally vegan and gluten-free from one of my favorite food blogs, The Minimalist Baker. Thank them for the recipe, and I'll put it in the comments. Okay, so I've got my black beans, my flags. I think I better give that. I'm just going to turn that on and then open this handy little hole. Isn't that so cool? And I'm going to pour in a little bit of pure vanilla extract. And let's check it out. So this is actually really kind of a boring show because all I'm doing is dumping a bunch of stuff in the food processor and letting it process. That's how absolutely amazing and easy this recipe is. Talk about one bowl brownies. Okay, I've got my black beans, 1 can. Talk about protein and fiber. There's more than 20 grams of fiber in 1 can of black beans, or more than 20 grams of protein in 1 can of black beans, and about 15 grams of fiber. So you can see why I wanted to make these brownies to enjoy my chocolate. They're also loaded with protein, with fiber, with all the things that help keep our blood sugar stable and not just like eating a handful of chocolate chips. Okay, but they do have sugar in them. They are brownies after all. So I've got some sugar going on in there, some baking powder. And my friends, here comes the chocolate part. This is cacao powder. You can also use unsweetened cocoa powder. I don't use the Dutch process. That's been processed to make it alkaline. Cocoa powder is a superfood. It's basically roasted chocolate, like the beans. They separate most of the fat and they grind it into cocoa powder. It is also an amazing source of protein and fiber. So not only are these black bean brownies naturally vegan, naturally gluten-free. They are naturally high in protein and fiber. Ask me where I get my protein, babies. It is in my brownies. That is like a triple win. Okay, where did my little secret? Here we go. So I've got black beans. I've got flaxseed eggs. I do have some sugar because after all, they are brownies. I've got cocoa powder. I've got baking powder. I forgot I put that in. And then a little special magic powder. Got some sea salt here. This is some mushroom powder. No, not the magic kind of mushrooms, but the good for us mushrooms, lion's mane, cordyceps, chaga, all that stuff. I had it in my cupboard, so I figured, why not throw it in my brownies? So I don't want to bore you, but you can see this is going to turn into this most amazing brownie dough that, since it's plant-based, it doesn't have any eggs in it. You could absolutely eat this with a spoon if you want to. I would say I don't recommend it, but I kind of do. Okay, so back to the ones that I made earlier. Just whir all of those goodies up in your food processor. Spread them in a pan. I like to use this little trick with the parchment paper. And then I sprinkled some of those chocolate chips so I won't eat so many out of the freezer, and some pecans. Let's cut these up with a knife and then we're going to eat them up. Oh my gosh. Now, you're usually either in one camp when it comes to brownies. You're a ooey gooey kind. Oh, that would be me. These are so fudgy. Mm-mm-mm. Oh my God. You would never believe that these are good for you. Mm. Naturally gluten-free, naturally vegan, naturally high in fiber, naturally high in protein. Mm. Black bean brownies. I'm eating dessert first. Thank you for joining me for Vegetable Lisa Live. I'll see you next time.